This is the third learning portfolio entry for the Tech Launcher experience. This week I want to reflect on team communication, specifically the difficulties in reaching a mutual understanding of a problem and solution within the project context, and both with team members and potentially future clients. So the agenda for this week's team meeting was to discuss the problem our idea is trying to solve and the value our idea provides to this problem space. To me, the group meeting highlighted how different our views on the answers to these questions were. I entered this meeting with the belief that we were all on the same page of understanding in terms of the project idea and what value it would provide, but as soon as we started discussing our thoughts, I quickly began to realize how different our views were. So instead of a 1 hour meeting, the meeting turned into a 2 hour, 3 hour meeting, just to ensure that we all left the room knowing that there was a mutual understanding within the group. And also a mutual clarity of the project goals and objectives. I didn't want to come out of this meeting with everyone having a different view of the problem. After the meeting, however, it was gratifying to know that we did all leave the room in some agreement and with a clearer understanding of the project idea. Reflecting back on it, the meeting definitely highlighted the potential cause of why there was a misunderstanding within the group. And it obviously resulted from poor communication, both between team members, and this inherently results in a poor understanding of the project idea and goals and the project value. I understand that this statement may conflict with last week's reflection. However, it does highlight the difference from being able to communicate openly and honestly to being able to communicate effectively. There might be a lot said within our group meetings and discussions, but there is evidently an issue with what is understood or agreed upon after the meetings. And again, this raises the importance of why good communication skills matter. This scenario actually reminds me of last year's Comp 3500 project, in which the client had a very differing view and understanding of the project than from what our group did. It occurred on multiple occasions and was evident during most of the weekly meetings with the client. There was such a huge divide between what the client thought we would provide and what we actually did provide. For me personally, it seemed like the client was never impressed or happy with our progress, which I know reflected badly on the team and potentially badly on the group manager at the time. I want to learn from last year's experiences and really try to avoid the mistakes of my old group manager. Therefore, I want to ensure that my communication skills are of a high standard and that everybody in the team has a full understanding of the problem and the value that our project provides. I realize that because it is only early days within the project, that some misunderstandings and ambiguity exists, and that this is actually all part of the process of trying to refine the project idea within the team. I'm also aware that this could continue to happen within the scope of the project, but it could actually also occur within potential future clients in my career as a software engineer. University has taught me that the most critical part of any project is the requirement elicitation, which heavily relies on effective communication between both the engineer and the client. When you think about it, the outcome of a project, in essence, comes from how well you are able to communicate. It's essential that as an engineer, you are able to understand and communicate the value and needs of the client in order to engineer a product that meets their needs and is deemed valuable by them. Effective communication is the only means of achieving this. No doubt that in the future I'll be in similar scenarios with a client in which there will be times where the client and I will have a differing understanding of a requirement. And therefore I need to understand that in order to become a good software engineer, good communication skills are essential, and that I need to be able to avoid any misunderstandings, as they could cause deadline delays and can cause added expenditure costs way down the pipeline. So as part of my current employment within the public service, I've recently completed training courses in order to improve my communication skills. The courses included communicating to influence and communicating within conflict. Both these courses, I think, have given me the tools to increase the effectiveness of my communication, both on a professional and personal basis. I hope I can take away a few things that I've learned from these courses, and I think they'll benefit me greatly, and hopefully I can apply what I've learned in future group meetings and future client meetings just so I can reduce the number of misunderstandings between both parties. This concludes week 3. See ya.